Hey guys, we're going to do a short video this week because my time's being pulled away. We're putting together a manual for our students, and my presence is required in that endeavor. So I want to give you a quick rundown about finding buyers for your deals. And you could be somebody who picks up a property subject to and then maybe turns around and either does a lease option to a tenant buyer, or somebody who you might pick up a property subject to and then turn around and find maybe you'll wrap that mortgage and you'll owner finance or seller finance an end buyer. Maybe your seller finance on a contract for deed or something like that. Whatever your exit strategy is, it's going to be key that you go out and you qualify your buyers. You qualify buyers just like you would qualify sellers. In fact, you probably need to step up your game and maybe and work harder to qualify your buyers, even more so than your sellers. So real quickly, this is going to be a really short video. I just want to go through some ways that you can pick up buyers or find quality buyers. And first one I'm going to talk about is the MLS. Obviously, if you are trying to sell a property to a seller financed buyer, somebody who's going to actually own that property, whether it be through equitable interest or legal title, or however they're going to own that property, or however you're going to convey that property, the multiple listing service is going to be your number one source for quality buyers, because those folks are out there. They are actively searching for properties in this insanely competitive environment. So they're going to be really, really great buyers for you. Use the MLS whenever possible, especially if you're trying to find lease option tenant buyers, or if you're going to seller finance somebody on a contract for deed or a mortgage wrap, or however you're going to do that. So the MLS is number one. Number two are your websites. I like using websites because I don't mean this in a derogatory manner, but things change for buyers all the time, especially cash buyers. I mean, they might run out of money. Situations change. Maybe they can't buy from you at that particular time. Buyers are a dime a dozen. So let your websites do the heavy lifting for you. And that all starts with the web form. The web form is, if somebody's not willing to complete a web form, if a buyer is not willing to go through and complete a web form, then they're probably not going to be your best buyer anyway. They're probably not too serious about it. So let your website do the heavy lifting. Pay-per-click. You can absolutely run pay-per-click campaigns for buyers. You can use Google, Facebook, whichever you choose. YouTube, obviously, is another one. Now, this can get expensive. So the way to get around that is to set a monthly budget, obviously. But we're finding about 70 to 80% of the folks that contact us through pay-per-click are newer investors. So these are really eager people. They're ready to start buying and getting into this new business that they ventured into. The next one's going to be social media. And I mean, this is just a no-brainer. Social media, it's free, so everybody's on it. And you start looking in Facebook groups, you look at Facebook Marketplace, you can start posting your deals at Facebook Marketplace. The buy-sell trade groups, you can look for buyers maybe in the, people are out searching for good deals, maybe in the garage sale groups or something like that. And then certainly in the investor/house flipping groups that everyone seems to have in any market in the country. So definitely look at Facebook groups. Have a Facebook business page. Post all of your deals in that Facebook business page. LinkedIn, Instagram, all that good stuff. So social media is another really, really good source. For those of you who are looking for cash buyers, forrent.com and gosection8.com. There's going to be just a whole host of owners, property managers. Give them a call. Find out if they have buyers that are looking for wholesale deals, or for maybe you're doing turnkey rentals. Whatever the situation, those folks are buying. Next one's going to be bandit signs. And bandit signs, just like you set out bandit signs for sellers, you would set out bandit signs for buyers as well. And you're just going to post those bandit signs in areas where you might see dumpsters in the driveways. Maybe you've gone on and you've researched places where there have been a lot of sales recently. Maybe there's been a lot of corporate purchases. So post in those types of areas that are really, really busy. And if you're like a wholesaler or if you're somebody looking for cash buyers, you're obviously going to go into those areas, those rental areas. What should the sign say? It could say, fixer uppers for sale, and then have your number. Wholesale houses for sale. You can tell them that you're looking for cash buyers. However you want to word that, bandit signs are a great source for buyers. And the last one I'm going to talk about, well, this will be the second to last one. Direct mail. Sending out direct mail to cash buyers or to build your buyer network is a fantastic way to pick up buyers. And again, this would coincide with either, you could send them to your website, let your website do the filtering out. First of all, you're gonna build a good list. You're gonna build a solid list of solid cash buyers. You're gonna further qualify them on your website using your web form. So your web form's got to have some really, really good questions on it. And then let's talk about list providers here real quick. We've got several of your standard list providers out there. There's a new one in the game. They're kind of getting into it. I won't say they're getting into it. They've been in it for a while, but a lot of people don't know about them. And it's REI Print Mail. So they pull lists for you. They'll pull a cash buyers list for you. They do it every state in the country. You've got your list source, listability, Atom Data. Dunhills is one that a lot of people don't use, and Dunhills is a great resource. And then, of course, if you have access to the MLS is a fantastic source for cash buyers if you have access to it. And all you're going to do is look up cash sales in that area and then go ahead and pick up the phone, give those people a call. Then, of course, you've got your data aggregation sites like PropStream. Of course, there's a monthly access fee with that. But nevertheless, it is a good source for cash buyers, for finding cash buyers. The next one is going to be networking. How heavily are you involved in networking? How heavily are you involved in the community? I would say that this is probably, if you can build this network out, this is going to be your number one source for finding buyers in your area, whether they're cash buyers or retail buyers or whatever. There's nothing better than a lead that is generated from somebody else who knows what you do. It's hands down the best lead that you can get. You can find those kind of leads at local RIAs. You're going to be seeking out flippers and buy and hold landlords, realtors, property management companies, title companies. Title companies are a fantastic source for buyers. And that works both on the retail side and on the landlord or the investor side. Wholesalers can bring you buyers. You're going to have to split deals with them, of course, but hey, sometimes it's totally worth it. Finally, mortgage lenders. Mortgage lenders are a really, really good source for retail leads. So those are just a few ideas. One thing I want to mention, though, before I jump off of here is maintaining relationships. And that is keeping in touch with these people at all times. This is something that is prime for automation, for reaching out through them, setting them up in an auto email drip campaign, just keeping in touch with them on a monthly basis. It's something that everyone should be doing instead of spending all of your time picking up the phone and calling. Although a phone call obviously is the best way to reach out. Sometimes you just don't have that kind of time. So definitely set them up on some kind of drip campaign, whether that be ringless voicemail, it could be email, you could just send them a text once a month or something like that. So, all right, that's all I got. If you wouldn't mind, please head down below and go ahead and hit the like button first, then click on subscribe, and then click the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video here. Thanks very much for joining me. We'll see you next time.